Okay, so Seba is our CTO. He'll be answering some questions as well. And of course, Bernie is our CEO. So I don't know if you like to start, Seba?
Yes,
Or
okay.
Bernie? Okay, so why EMDX is launching on Avalanche, and will EMDX be used only on the AVAX network? That's the first question.
Okay. After a lot of research on possible blockchains in the past, we discovered that the potential that Avalanche has to solve certain aspects of the decentralization trilemma was enough to us to deploy our protocol in that blockchain. For example, scalability through the use of subnets that interact with each others, the decentralization with the on-chain DAO. Also, because the community is the Avalanche community is very big, so the bigger, the most documentation we will have, the more easily to develop our protocol. So basically, that was the things that we have in mind in order to use Avalanche as our preferred blockchain.
Great. So, is EMDX in EMDX thinking to bring more EVM chains or Polkadot and Cosmos chains?
Yes. We are always looking at the possibility to be a multi-chain protocol because it is the tendency. And like Aave, we are doing some researches about the possibility of using, for example, Connex network technology in order to make, for example, deposits, withdrawal of assets from other chains than Avalanche into our exchange. Yes. Always we think that the simplest way is to move between blockchains that Avalanche into our exchange. Yes. That are EVM compatible because it's the most simple way. But currently there are many solutions to do it between different technologies. For example, Cosmos, EVT, bridges that make cross-chain transactions between EVM compatible blockchains, Polkadot, Solana, and again EVM compatible chains. So the idea is always to be attentive to the tendency, but obviously with a lot of analysis, because we don't want something like the Luna crash to happen in our EMDX exchange, right? So this is the way.
Okay, great. And another question maybe for Bernie. And what makes EMDX special?
Sure. Well, I think that this question is already answered because of the main features, the key features that I mentioned at the beginning. But basically, I will repeat them. First of all, we have decentralized spot and derivatives under the same roof, which allows our traders to deploy consistent strategies without having to move out of the platform. There is less than one click of distance between different venues, spot and derivatives. It will be even much more efficient once we have DOVs, derivatives, decentralized options vaults. We are also bringing derivatives on traditional assets, and this is very interesting because we are sure that in a couple of years from now, everyone will be trading, will be transacting here in blockchain, okay? Wherever it is, you know. We want to be the most useful and full-fledged platform for trading derivatives on traditional assets. So this is a key feature that we think that it is something that distinguishes us from other exchanges. Finally, we will be offering a very fast and flexible token listing system with full liquidity as a service. So I think that I don't know any other exchange or DeFi protocol that is offering all these features, all these solutions under the same roof. Of course, it is kind of something ambitious, but we are very, very self-confident about achieving these goals.
Great. Thank you, Bernie. And now we have another one for Seba. Which company is doing the second audit?
Okay, the second audit, because the audits are very important, and we need to take A's from all the companies. Okay, different views from different audit companies. But the next is Haken, is assigned to audit the summary improvements that we have made in the protocol. Yes, and obviously we have in mind to have another companies to do the same audit, like Centric or another popular audit companies.
Okay, I don't know. Conrado, are you there? Hello, Conrado.
You are on mute, Conrado.
Oh.
Yes. Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Okay.
How are you?
Conrado, we have a question for you.
Okay.
There's a user saying we need to be fast in futures and MetaMask slows down. Do you have a plan for that? So,
Okay.
do we have a plan for MetaMask?
Okay, we do in fact have a plan. We plan to integrate more wallets in the near future, possibly in the next few months. Also to give the users the possibility to trade on their phones and keep up with their positions, not only in their desktop. Also, once we are on the mainnet, futures will also be way quicker for trading because Avalanche's mainnet is way faster than testnet chain. So that will make the trading experience way better.
Oh, thank you. So talking about the future, maybe we can start talking about the subnets. Seba, are you there to answer some question regarding the subnets? Okay, so what about the developments on the subnets, on the Avalanche subnets?
Okay. Currently, the focus is on mainnet, yes, because it's very close to the date. But at the same time, we are working in parallel, making contacts with teams from the subnet environment that can give us great help, such as Avascan. They proposed to index our subnet, our testnet subnet, our mainnet subnet, obviously, in the blink of an eye, they tell. Also, with the Avalanche team, give us a hand with resources for the development on it. Recently, we have partnered with Sensei Node, yes, to already prepare an army of validators for our subnet. Okay. Also with Alto Stake for the same purpose. And about ETA, I assume it could be by the end of Q3, like Bernardo says, but the development is in progress. We have a closer testnet right now, but it's too simple. But yes, that is the idea.
Great. So we are on subnets now. So thank you, Seba.
Sure.
And talking about the future, maybe Bernie, do you have something to add? We have a lot of questions that what are our plans on the IDO? So I don't know, Bernie, are you there?
Yes, I am. Well,
Thank
this
you.
is no problem. This is a very hard topic to talk about today. Market conditions, macro environment has changed badly. So this is time to wait and see. We are, of course, keeping most of our ideas as they were planned, but we need to think very, very well about the right conditions in order to release our token sale. And this is mainly because we need to think about how to protect our users, how to protect the token price and the whole community as well. So regarding IDO, we have been talking with different solutions and platforms. There are no big differences between them. We think that we will be allowing the community to decide about these options. This will be, in my humble opinion, one of the most interesting subjects to discuss and vote in a month. We will be also considering because there is a question about the amount of tokens that are available for public sale. Of course, as the guy who asked the question remarked, highlighted, this is a great amount, but we think that we can do eventually different public sales. Okay, so this is something that we are still discussing internally, and we will be submitting this proposal to the forum. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And we have another question. What are the advantages of Genesis and early users? Sorry. Maybe Conrado can answer that one.
Yes. Well, we have many surprises coming for our first users, for our early supporters, but we are currently waiting for them to get verified. Not many got verified yet, so if you are already verified, just wait for your launch. We're gonna announce news soon for you. If you're not verified, just please go to the channel and get your role so you can get the benefits soon.
Yeah, we are working with the verification issues. So
yeah,
please be patient.
Please. Yeah, we are currently working with everything, and we have many things on our plate, but we're trying to make the verification process as clear as possible. So just be patient, and if you have any problem, just let us know, and we can help you.
Yeah, of course. And thank you very much for being there. And we have another question. I don't know who wants to answer this one. There are too many NFTs markets in the market. How do you plan to compete? And will you have incentives for the NFT market?
Okay, let me take that. I don't know. It is clear enough, but we are going to work on offering derivatives on NFTs. We think that this is a solution that is missed today. There is no many. I would say that there are no protocols at all offering perpetuals or derivatives on NFTs. These are kind of long tail assets, so it is very hard to offer derivative markets on this kind of assets. But we are working on these solutions. We already are developing a kind of pilot with an NFT index providing company. So this is something that we want to work very hard, because we think that it will be very interesting for people who are not able to buy different NFTs, but they want to have exposure to this underlying price. Well, for those who already have this asset and they want to be kind of market neutral or delta neutral, so they can short, and this is something we think is really interesting. Well, basically that is the difference regarding the mainstream NFT market that you can find out there.
Great, thank you, Bernie. And there is another question about commissions. When will the commissions fees be with MDX or on the MDX? There will be on EMDX or USDC on the platform, the commissions?
Not sure about the question, but I think that I can rephrase it. So I think that the question is if we are going to charge our commissions in USDC. This will be the first way in which we will do that, but we will be allowing very soon to use our token to pay fees with discounts as well. There will be also rebates for those who are staking or holding EMDX tokens. We will be giving more details about it. I think someone asked about how much will be the fees. At the very beginning will be 10 basis points. It is 0.1%, but we will be giving a lot of rebates for our traders. This is also another critical point that we will be discussing with our community. Fees structure is something really interesting because it affects the revenue stream of the platform. Let's say that this affects the whole business model. So we want our community to take part in this critical and main decision.
Great, thank you, Bernie. And now, I don't know the time. Maybe you guys want to join us or ask anything live. You can raise your hand. Okay, we have another question. How will you prevent manipulation? Can they run before your intervention? Seba, maybe you can help us.
Okay, I don't know if you refer to front running these kind of manipulations, but the front runnings are part of the ecosystem. Yes, it is possible to do it because the market it is needed because the market need to have very fast transactions in order to execute some functions that are needed to be executed immediately, like liquidations and other stuff like that. But in our exchange, the idea is to protect the users and mitigate all these conditions as soon as possible. And we are going to take measures to avoid them. In the C chain, it is difficult because it is EVM compatible, and we know all the advantage and disadvantages that we have in these kind of environments. So the idea is to design our subnets with different systems to protect the users and this kind of manipulations. Yes, obviously. And one more thing about the subnet, that is we are going to use the EMDX tokens to pay fees for the transactions. So this is another feature that we are going to use for our tokens.
Yes, exactly. In addition to what Sebastian just said, it is very difficult to prevent manipulators and front runners from doing front running. But it is not so difficult to monitor and detect them. So we are thinking of taking measures after detecting them. It is quite common in different protocols and decentralized derivative exchanges that these kind of manipulations take place. The solutions are, unfortunately, you can a priori avoid it, but you can detect and eventually punish these guys, eventually ban these addresses and so on. Slashing their rewards, and there are different measures in order to take that, in order to have control about that. But I would say that the most efficient solution will come with the subnet.
Okay, we have another question. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
The lack of what utilities motivated you to start the project? On what basis did you choose your team members? Okay, Bernie, so that's yours.
Yeah, thank you. First question, there are two questions there coming from. First one is, how will you solve problems with frequent hacks? This is simple. We have to run to process audits. But we are working also in a bug bounty program. We will be rolling out this program very, very soon, and it will be, I think, a very there will be a great price. So this is something that we are working on as of now. Regarding the second part of the question, and regarding the lack of what utilities motivated we to start the project, I I think that it is already replied because of the main solutions that we are offering. So we saw that the DeFi environment wasn't offering a right place to perform in a very easy way, in a very simple way, strategies. So you have to jump into different protocols in order to buy a spot asset, then to hedge it, or if you want to perform some put or call cover strategy, you have to go to even you have to move through different layers. So that is kind of a very cumbersome. So we wanted to attack that problem. Regarding our how we have chosen our team members, it was kind of something natural. Let's say that we all, most of us, came from a previous project. We co-founded Cryptologic in 2015, which is a blockchain development company. In this company, we provided many different services. Our core business there was to offer blockchain development programming for technology for teams across the world. But we had offered consultancy services regarding tokenomics and legal points regulation advices as well. Once we decided to start EMDX, we moved the C-level team to EMDX, and we delegate the most critical functions in cryptologic. So that is the way we all met. So we all met. I don't know. We met in 2015, 2016. Okay.
Yes, and now we are here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have any more questions. You can ask on the channel or just raise your hand. Okay, so time's up. So I don't know if you guys, the MDX team, want to add something.
No, I only wanted to say thank you again. It is really awesome to have you here, guys, today with this macro environment. The last things I wanted to say is that crypto ecosystem will recover for sure. We have to do the right job. We have to be together supporting all the ecosystem. Keep working as always. Okay. Hope you are glad with this AMA. I'm looking forward to working together with you guys.
Yeah, I also want to thank you all. I know you have seen me a lot on these channels, and I know all of your faces there, and thank you very much. I don't know, Akumas, you were raising your hand or no? Okay. So yeah, thank you, and please stay here, stay strong, and we'll be fine. I don't know, guys, you want to add something?
No, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you all, and thanks for the support. We are building something really great, and we are really glad to be working together.
Yes, the same from my side. Thank you all for being here. Long life
to you.
Yes, don't worry. Long life to early Genesis and new users. We are here because of you. And as one member of the development team said, we are on the building time. So we are going to put our hands on the keyboard and continue with the work. Thank you all.
Goodbye, guys. Thank you.
Goodbye, guys. See you next time. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.